Coming up next, a push for a ban on most homeless encampments within the city of San Diego gets some pushback. Mayor Todd Gloria is here to answer your questions.
The number of mail carriers attacked by dogs growing in the United States, how San Diego ranks.
A lot of new foods at the fair this year. We'll tell you what they cost and, more importantly, how they taste.
Roger and Virginia wanted to prove they could live like normal people. The movie made in their honor and the cause they support.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. Tonight, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is pushing to ban most homeless encampments across the city. Earlier today, the mayor joined police and fire officials at a fire station in UTC to discuss how homelessness impacts public safety. They said an encampment ban, which the city council will vote on next Tuesday, would reduce the risk of dangerous canyon fires that start around encampments. But at one point today, protesters interrupted the news conference, chanting, "Plan, not ban."
I want you all, when you report this tonight, to make sure you understand where the majority of San Diegans are. They support encampments, we don't.
Mayor Gloria is in our studio tonight live talking about this and other issues affecting you. I'll turn it over to Carlo now. Carlo?
Thanks, Marcella. Welcome, Mayor Todd Gloria. But we were talking earlier, you get to choose the job you wanted. You became mayor here, but you don't get to choose your problems. And kind of the moment-defining issue is homelessness in San Diego. We have this going on today, this protest. You're talking about the encampments. For our viewers who maybe don't understand, what exactly is the encampment ban? What will it apply to?
So we're proposing an unsafe camping ordinance, which says that if a bed is available, you could not encamp in our community. And then in cases where there is no bed available, you cannot be near certain sensitive sites like schools, parks, other homeless shelters, open spaces where wildfires are prone. So a total ban in certain locations and then a citywide ban when there is beds available. This is in concert to a second initiative that will be proposed at the same time around a safe sleeping initiative where we'll basically increase our shelter capacity by over 600 beds. So we are doing a coordinated effort of more services, but also some more accountability and enforcement.
The enforcement, what is that going to look like? We see the videos of encampments being swept up, people's property taken away. It's a bad visual. Can we do that better, or is that how it's going to look for now?
Well, those visuals are often shared in a very selective way that doesn't show the true everything that's going on. One thing that your viewers should know is that their taxpayer dollars pay for multiple safe storage sites where we take people's individual belongings and store them safely. Our city staff is trained to look at what is out there and collect and separate valuables and store them, but remove the rubbish. And when we've done that, what we've seen is hundreds of tons of garbage getting off of our streets. It is not just valuables that are out there. It's a lot of garbage. It's what leads to our hepatitis A outbreak that we've had in the past. So we have to keep the area clean. In terms of enforcement, the city follows a progressive enforcement model. We have multiple touch points with both outreach workers and law enforcement to make sure that anyone who's contacted knows exactly what our rules are. The unsafe camping ordinance would reassert and clarify what our expectations are and will hold the city and the unhoused accountable to follow those rules.
But what about concerns that this kind of enforcement, this kind of clearing out, is just going to push homeless individuals into other areas? Poway, it seems, is reacting to this with their own enforcement mechanism to clear encampments that they just voted on, did an initial reading and passed, and looks like it'll be implemented next month or so.
Well, I understand that concern, but it's missing key context in the case of the city of San Diego. Unlike cities like the one you just mentioned, we actually provide services. We have homeless outreach teams. We have shelter beds, thousands of them. We have permanent supportive housing options. We are providing a rich offering of solutions for homeless individuals, and our expectation is that they accept those services. Unfortunately, most folks decline those services, and when the taxpayers of the city are, as in my proposed budget, going to expend over $200 million to service the homeless, no cannot be an acceptable answer when there are services available. Again, the city is providing a tremendous amount of resources. Other cities that you often will compare us to provide literally no shelter beds, but they're providing the enforcement. That actually is driving people into our city, and that's absolutely unfair. I've seen other mayors go on television and claim that they've ended homelessness in their city, not explaining that they're doing that by putting their homeless people in the city of San Diego. For the taxpayers that I work for, that's unacceptable.
We're going to build on that a little bit. There is a group of Republican leaders in the county who are going after the way money is being spent and some of the policies. One is actually running a video on social media and some other places. Let's take a look at part of that real quick.
In the past 3 years alone, the state has spent $10 billion. But until we change the underlying policies that allow people to live and die on the streets, no amount of money can solve the issue.
It's Coronado's mayor running this ad criticizing the way money is being spent, talking about a county issue, but the video is all city of San Diego. What's your reaction to people saying that the money's not being spent well? It's not being effective?
Well, I think it's true when only a few of us are actually doing anything about it. If you're not actually building new housing, particularly affordable housing, if you're not providing homeless services, shelter beds, outreach efforts, then you're actually, I don't know what you're complaining about because you're not spending any money on this issue. We are. And what you're seeing is people coming into our city because we provide those services. That's why the unsafe camping ordinance is very important. You know, listen, we're compassionate people. San Diegans are good people and we will care for people who are in need. But we cannot solve the homelessness crisis of every other city in this county when there are other mayors that simply want to put out social media videos and actually serve the homeless.
Let me just follow up with one question they have, though, and a lot of people have. Why can't we require sobriety, people to go into treatment as a condition of them entering housing in our shelters?
Well, there are some restrictions put upon us by the federal and state government, but Carlo, the truth of the matter is that if you tell someone that you're not going to give them any services until they are clean and sober, it's generally a recipe for leaving them on the sidewalk. I would much rather have them indoors getting services rather than being told, get it together before you can come inside. It's just not a proven strategy. It is not a best practice, and this is why federal and state agencies ask us to follow these rules. This is a part of why our shelter system is nearly full, right? Because we will take anybody. I don't care your circumstance. If you're addicted, we'll take you in. You have a pet, we'll bring you in. We want people to utilize our services. Some of these other cities that provide a paltry amount of services, they actually have such high barriers, their services are not actually utilized. Okay. We have to get people off the streets. When taxpayers are foot in the bill, we should be using these services, and that's precisely why the unsafe camping ordinance is necessary. If we have a better option than the sidewalk for you, you have to say yes.
Mayor Gloria, this conversation's actually used up all of our time this month. I wanted to talk about Pride. We're going to have you back next month, and maybe we'll focus on that a little bit more because being the first gay mayor in San Diego's history and seeing what's going on with LGBTQ rights across the country, I'm sure you have a lot to say.
I do. Look forward to it.
All right. Thanks a lot for being with us, as always, Mayor Todd Gloria. Marcella?
Thanks, Carlo. Thanks, Mayor Gloria, for being here. Across the nation, dogs attacked more than 5,300 Postal Service employees while they were out delivering mail in 2022. That number is up 26% from the previous year. San Diego ranks 5th highest among U.S. cities with the most dog attacks. CBS 8's Rocio de la Fe joins us live tonight from Presidio Park with more on what you can do to help prevent a dog from attacking. Rocio?
Well, there's no denying that San Diegans love dogs. They love their pets. Almost every person that I know has one at least. And it's a dog-friendly city, so that could be part of the reason why we tend to see much more attacks happen here locally. And, for us humans, we know that there's mail coming every day. We know to expect a delivery, and we know that there's a person bringing that delivery. But for dogs, it's a very different story. To them, all they see is a stranger coming up to their property, their territory, and they tend to react a certain way. And it doesn't matter if it's a big dog or a small dog. Mail carriers tell me they've seen it all. The U.S. Postal Service is calling attention to what it says is a growing problem.
We're in San Diego. Everyone loves dogs, and everyone loves their pets. So unfortunately, the risk is high here. USPS says California tops all other states for the most dog attacks in 2022 at 675 attacks. 39 mail carriers were attacked last year in San Diego alone, ranking 5th on the list for cities with the highest number of dog attacks.
As a carrier, we always got to approach each house as if they have a dog, even if they do not.
Carlos Dominguez says he's always on the lookout when delivering the mail.
I usually use my keys or a whistle. I tend to make noise, say things like mailman, mail carrier, mailman's here, hello, hello, shh, shh, things like that, just to get the dog's attention if there was a dog there.
Dominguez says he learned that the hard way.
The dog jetted out of there, came at me full direct with intention to attack me. But one thing I didn't prepare myself for was the second dog. The second dog came around, bit me in the leg.
He says 2 large dogs attacked him, leaving a deep puncture wound that required multiple stitches.
It was very traumatic.
Juliet Nash with the San Diego Humane Society says any dog can display aggressive behavior, no matter the size or breed.
Small dogs have just as big a bark as bigger dogs. Anything with a mouth has the potential to use it to defend themselves if they feel stressed
Dog owners can be held liable if their dog attacks anyone who's legally on their property, including postal carriers. Now, of course, there are steps that you can take to protect mail carriers and even protect your dogs from these attacks. And that includes making it clear that there's a pet that lives on the property. That includes leaving toys, bowls, or even signage outside. Now, if possible, also consider moving your mailbox away from your home or away from your front door. That's also a great option, again, if you're able to do so. And always make sure to keep your dogs or on a leash or inside when you do expect any deliveries. Back to you.
Oh, Rocio, whose dog is that? So cute. We know that.
Well, it's actually my dog.
Is it your dog? I did not know you had a dog. Aw. So, you know, a lot of pets were under-socialized during the pandemic. They got used to having us at home. What role do experts say that played in the increase in attacks? And tell me more about your dog. Is it a boy or girl? What's the name?
This is Rocky. He's almost 16, so he's a very, very old man, but he still has plenty of energy in him. But you know what, Marcella, the Humane Society says that they have seen a lot more dogs that are in need of socializing and having that interactions with other people and with other dogs as well, because they didn't get that much exposure during the pandemic. And so thankfully there are classes and there are tools at their disposal that they can give you as a dog owner to help your pup get through that.
Oh, Rocky is so chill. I don't think you have to worry about him going after any postal worker. But on a serious note, it is important. You know, my dog is very just naturally has anxiety, is kind of hesitant around strangers. And so we do need to make sure that as dog owners, we take steps to make sure that they're, you know, not going to be running out and attacking. All right, I could just talk about your dog for a while now, but we'll let you go and play with Rocky, take him out for a walk. He's so cute, right?
Still ahead tonight. Do speed cameras really keep you safe? We're going to verify that.
Plus, new details tonight about a BMX star killed at a motocross park in Ramona.
We were near seasonal when it came to our high for today of 70 degrees, and we're going to see more sunshine and even a slight bump up in temperatures. All those details are ahead.
And up next, why it might be up to you to decide if fentanyl dealers could possibly be charged with murder.